This is Billy. Billy's mother shops at Mothercare. Mothercare is a British retailer that is specialized in products for expecting mothers and merchandise for children like Billy. Mothercare is listed at the London Stock Exchange. January 8th, Mothercare issued a profit warning. These articles were published by the Wall Street Journal, the Financial Times and the Guardian. The profit warning caused a drop of 30% in the stock price of Mothercare. This investor lost 30% of his stock value in Mothercare. So what happened with Mothercare? On January 8th, Mothercare issued a profit warning. They revised their earnings expectations downward and therefore the dividends the market expected went down. Mothercare's stock price immediately reacted to this announcement, since lower expected dividends leads to a lower value of the stock. The paper of Easton and Zmijewski relates to this problem. The paper investigates the response of the stock price to accounting earnings announcements, like the example of Mothercare, where the stock price dropped after an accounting earnings announcement, namely a profit warning. How do stock prices react to earnings? Unexpected news can have implications for future earnings and thus for future dividends. Stock price is the present value of expected future cash flows and therefore expected future dividends. The paper uses a lot of difficult formulas and models that can never be explained in 5 minutes. So we are going to keep things simple for you. We already talked about the response of the stock price on unexpected accounting earnings announcements. This paper refers to this effect as the earnings response coefficient, the ERC. Previous literature assumes that ERCs are the same for all firms. However, this study provides evidence that ERC can vary between firms. The stock price is a function of all information variables that predict dividends. Accounting earnings can be an information variable that predicts dividends. When these unexpected accounting earnings are multiplied with the ERC, you get the adjustment in stock price. The ERC functions as a capitalization factor for the accounting earnings here. When you are able to predict the right ERC, you can predict the adjustment in stock price as a reaction on accounting earnings. The ERC is a function of risk and the revision parameter. Where risk is systematic risk, is the revision parameter the coefficient relating current earnings to future earnings. In this paper, only one information variable is considered, the accounting earnings. The ERC relates to future information variable accounting earnings and future non-earnings information variables that predict dividends. The following two hypotheses are tested. Hypothesis 1. ERCs are increasing in the revision parameter. And hypothesis 2. ERCs are decreasing in risk. 3 variables have to be estimated: ERC, the revision parameter, and risk. It's difficult to test the effects of the earnings announcements to measure ERC. Ideally, there are market expectations of earnings just prior to this announcement, but it's impossible to gather the information right before the announcement. As an acceptable alternative, analyst forecasts of earnings prior to the announcement are used. The revision parameter is estimated with 2 complex models, the Foster model and the analyst revision model. The last variable, risk, is estimated with the well-known market risk model. Data used in the study is from the period 1975 to 1980 and involves quarterly data gathered from a sample size ranging from 104 to 206 firms. The writers, after an extensive analysis, conclude that both hypotheses are confirmed, which means that there is a positive association between the ERC and the revision parameter. Secondly, there is a negative association between the ERC and systematic risk. Besides confirming the hypothesis, this study also found a positive association between ERC and firm size. This concludes our presentation.
Created using Powtoon.